Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are throughout the world. I'm hoping you can hear me. I've set this stream up in a bit of a rush, so I am just taking a look to make sure everything is doing what it's supposed to be doing. So just give me 1 second. I even didn't get a chance to finish my chocolate. This is not a sponsored deal, unfortunately, but yeah. Let's see, where are we? Okay, let's just go live there. Oh, volume's a bit low. Let's have a look. This kind of jumped around. I feel like this has moved around a little bit. So, how's that? Is that a bit better, or is it still a bit low? I also realised I haven't updated my. Okay, I can try and up the volume a little bit. Let me know. Let me know if you can. Yeah, if you can hear me a bit better now. If not, I'll try and turn up the volume a little bit. So we did a stream earlier on this week where we kind of spoke about the SuperLink stuff, and we've spoken about the G6 Pro. So I threw this live stream in again, thinking there may be a few more questions around that if there is anything. If not, it will be. I'm hoping that's back. You can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay. Everyone can hear me. I'm hoping. Yeah. Yeah. It's coming through again now. So. No, it's not just your end. This machine, I just need to rebuild it, I think. I'm hoping you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me? Hopefully you can hear me. Yep, okay, good. I am back. So, so it's this machine. I need to rebuild it. Now, not only does my machine tend to randomly blue screen, every time I power it on, after a few minutes, my network card drops. And then... Why is my connection so bad? Yeah, believe it or not, I'm talking about Ubiquiti stuff, and I seem to have no end of network issues, which is not a good start, I guess. 1 second, bear with me. Right, how does that sound? Any better? Or are we still glitchy? You sure you're not? You sure you're not dubbed? Sounds like it. No, I'm hoping this is not a good start to how I wanted this to be. Okay, I've got one good here. Anybody else want to chime in before we continue? Excuse me. I'm hoping that is a little bit better now. Not that I've done anything different. I've just let my machine catch up. Right. Hold on. Before I restart, let me kick out everything else. How's that? Is that any better? Any better? Let me have a look at what's happening on my stream. Any better? I'm hoping. Same, still good here. So what's the difference between? Because I'm checking it on my phone and it seems to be okay there. So, and I don't know who else is around still in the chat to check this for me. No, oh, you're watching it on 720p, but okay, fine. This isn't the start I wanted, should I say? Right, okay. Let's see. What do we have? I'm hoping you can hear me a bit better now. I'm hoping, anyway, he says. Fresh stream, I'm still seeing glitches. Okay. All right. I refresh my stream, I'm still seeing glitches. Okay. Interesting. I can't say this. I just checked it on my phone. I'm literally watching it on my phone and it seems to be okay there. Bear with me. Let's go here. Let's have a look. I can definitely hear myself on my phone perfectly fine. I wonder if this is okay. Switch. Okay, so maybe there might be just a few of you that might be having issues, but I can't see anything on YouTube. Everything's an excellent connection. Get my words out. A few of you are saying you're hearing me. A few of you are saying it's a bit jumpy. Fixed after reloading. Okay, so hopefully it's okay now. If you are having any other issues, let me know. But let's see if we can jump in. Right, let's jump into some questions. So, good afternoon. Let's go here. Let's go to the top. So, good afternoon, Frederick. How you doing? Lots of rain in East Texas today. It's been raining a little bit over here as well. Good evening, Mark. A lot of rain in the West Midlands. I almost want to say every time I go to Birmingham, it's always raining. So I think you guys are just constantly like bombarded with rain, I think. Volume is a bit low. Okay, I think we fixed that one. Good evening from Suriname. I'm sorry if I've butchered that name, but let's have a look. Where is that? I actually have no idea. Oh, South America, nice. Okay. Where are you? You are okay, just north of Brazil. Oh, okay, nice. Welcome to the stream if you're still around after all my technical issues at the start. Then Eric, you have asked me, can you show me how to disable double net in UniFi 9.4? What I guess what are you trying to do? It would be the first question. That's causing the double NAT. Is it from your ISP? And then we can go from there. Hello from the dry desert. Yeah, I thought it was mine. Yeah, okay, right. This is where the technical issues are. Wow, keyboard. I'm wondering. Desktop mic second. Okay. Network problems. You keep cutting out. Voice glitchy. Freezing. Blah 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 blah. I think we can move through. Not sure what that emoji is. I think that's a peace sign. Hey, Greg. Still spinning wheel. Stream is bad. 1 minute. Okay. I think we're getting there. I think we're catching up. Okay. It's working fine. Yeah. Here and seen. Okay. Cool. All right. We're getting good. We're getting good. I think it's probably because I had an issue with my computer to start with. So then you guys kind of got a bit of an issue. Let's see. So we have this question here from Dwight. Do you have any information on the upcoming G6 Bullet Pro enhancer? So I actually had the same question. I actually had the same question. So I was actually asking Ubiquiti when this is coming about. I don't know if I can give you any definitive dates just as of yet. It is coming. But I can't give you, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to give you any fixed dates or whatnot, but just keep in mind it is coming. Now, that being said, I haven't tested it fully, but I have an AI enhancer right here, and it does fit the G6 Pro Bullet. That is not, and I'll state this clearly, this is not what this one is designed for, but it does fit the G6 Pro Bullet. That being said, the enhancer on the AI Pro gets you to about 40 meters worth of IR distance, but the G6 Pro out of box gets you 40 meters out of the box without an enhancer. And with the enhancer, I think it goes to 60 meters. So I have a feeling there's going to be a slight difference in the enhancer. If it was the same, Ubiquiti would have kept the same enhancer because it fits. So I'm assuming there is going to be some sort of difference in the enhancer and what it can do with this product. So just keep that one in mind when you are looking for the enhancer. Fixed after reloading. Fine. I think a job for me tomorrow or some point next week is I'm going to rebuild this machine for the 3rd time and hopefully get past these issues. But who knows? I want to switch over to a Mac, but there is one platform that I stream to, which is a pain in the backside because I have to use Windows. Maybe I'll just stop streaming to them and just get myself a Mac because it would just make my life a lot easier, I think. Do let me know if I have any more issues again because I am starting to go back to these platforms and stream to them. So yeah, let me know if you are seeing any more issues going forward. If I seem slightly distracted, I'm just making sure everything is working as it should be. So that one is, yeah, we're good there. What about this one? I'm sure it'll start again in a few minutes. Anyway, where are we? I'm wondering if it's a US YouTube issue, those having issues in the US. Anybody? Well, I guess a lot of you come out and come back in to the stream and it all seems to be okay now. So that's good enough for me. Hey, Omid, how you doing? I'm from Germany. First, it is a Fritz box and a cloud gateway fiber. Ist and WAN 1. Okay, you're using WAN 1. I would have to have a look. I would need a little bit more information on the issue. Let me just close this for a second. Let's have a look. So what is the Fritz box, the external? So so this is coming from your ISP. Sometimes in some instances you can't get rid of the double NAT from some ISPs. Like I know there's a lot of stuff around CG NAT based in the UK. But generally from an ISP, I'm assuming this is an ISP. Basically, from the ISP, you should be able to go into your WAN connectivity, but you would need to make sure the modem or the router they supplied is in bridge mode of some sort if it is a Wi-Fi router. So it just then passes the connection through to your cloud gateway fiber. That's generally how it works. In your specific case, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I'd have to see what ISP you're using, and yeah, there's a whole bunch of other questions to go along with it. So it's not a 2-minute fix, unfortunately. Better now, no glitches, good. Any information on the new doorbell? I don't think it's a live stream unless we have a question about the doorbell. Normally, it's a question about SuperLink, and sometimes it's the NAS questions, which I think is coming a little bit later. But you'll be pleased to know I don't have any further information on the new doorbell. Like I've said probably multiple times, I think it is coming. I just don't know when. That being said, and it happened to me again last week. I say one thing, and the next week something else happens. So who knows? Maybe this week might be the week where we finally see the doorbell. I'm hoping it is, because I definitely want a new doorbell. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot to. I'm hoping there's going to be a lot to show in this new doorbell, because we didn't see any glimpses of it at the UWC. So no idea what it's going to be all about. Whether there's going to be a single model, multiple model, they're going to keep the same design, change the design. What's it going to be? What's it going to be like? Are they going to build it? Get my words right. Are they going to have the built-in AI detections? I'm assuming they would, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. It would not be a stream without someone asking me. Yeah, pretty much. Yep. I'm actually a little bit concerned as to when that doorbell finally comes out. I'm wondering what people are going to ask about, because there's going to be no doorbell to talk about. I mean, after that, yeah, you might be waiting a little while for the next iteration. Seasonal question. Yep, it definitely is a seasonal question. Or I should say weekly, or every week it's a question, but it's fine. And yet Frederick said it right there. There is definitely a demand. I'm catching up. There is definitely a demand out there for this doorbell, and I think that kind of stems from a lot of people have what's the word I'm looking for? So a lot of people have already upgraded their cameras. They've done all the upgrades. They've gone to 4K. They've got the nice fancy G6 Pro bullets. There's another G6 Pro 360 coming at some point in this quarter. So there's quite a few new of the cameras that are all refreshed and all nice and fancy with AI detections. And I think the doorbell is that last one sort of kind of falling behind. So it's going to be, I have a lot of high hopes for this doorbell. But if there was, it'll be interesting to see what sort of features they're going to have in this doorbell. So let's wait and see. The G4 Doorbell Pro is very good, and it's continuous update. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, it's a good camera. It's 1080p, which is still decent. I mean, we think about 1080p and we're like, well, we want 4K now. But 1080p is still decent, but I think people want that 4K camera for sure. NAS 1U, when is that coming? So there was... don't know if I can. Yeah, there's stuff that was spoken about at the UWC. They don't give us any timelines as to when the products are coming. It could be tomorrow, it could be in a few weeks, could be in a few months, it could be end of the year, it could be early next year. So I don't know when it's coming. And we did see that video where we saw a potential leak or a tease of the 1U NAS. So hopefully, I'm hoping we see something soon, to be honest. Because again, this is another one of those things that a lot of people have been asking for. We've got some good updates with UniFi Drive 3.0 with the storage pools, and they've come out. So there's some really, really good updates that have come about recently and making that experience a lot more intuitive and a lot more better. And what people are asking for, really. So I think naturally this is probably going to be the next step. Are you going to make us a video on how to tie all this cool new stuff into Home Assistant? I really wish I could. Home Assistant has been on that one of those things for me to learn for a very long time, and I just can't seem to find the time to learn it. I know the very basics of finding the devices, making some basic automations, doing some webhooks, but other than that, I don't really know how to use. Don't really know how to use it. I know enough to get around it. I mean, if you look at my dashboard, I have one singular dashboard, which is just everything. And I really would like to make multiple dashboards so I can have it looking nice and put some screens up in the house. But yeah, it's just there's no time at this point. So hopefully at some point in the future, I might have a bit more confidence within Home Assistant to show you that sort of stuff. But that being said, what I haven't done yet is because we had all the plethora of issues, I haven't gone through all my latest videos. So it's been a very busy week this week with recording for sure. If we go, let's go here. We have this week, so we've had the SuperLink sensors. So you can go and check that video out. That's out already. We have the G6 Pro Bullet video. That's out. You can go and check that out if you want to see that, if you haven't already. And we do a test with the G6 Pro Bullet, AI Pro, and the G6 Bullet in both day, night, zoom, and low light. That video took quite a while to put together. So any interactions that you want to do or anything that you feel that you want to watch and see, that would be very helpful on that one. I do have a couple of videos that will be coming out. You'll probably see them right here. So I have what's new in UniFi Protect 6.1. That is currently sat in members only at this point, which leads me to the next thing. So if you want to sign up to the membership, we have a few different tariffs that if you want to have a look at. So you can go and check that out if you want to help out the channel. But that's not something necessarily you have to do, but that's there anyway. And then we have how to navigate object-oriented networking in UniFi Network 9.4. Those two, one of them is due to release tomorrow. I can't remember which one it is. It's probably UniFi Protect 6.1. And then the other one is due to be released in a few days' time. So I did release 3 in 3 days, but I think if I keep releasing more videos, you guys are going to get sick of watching me. So I don't think I'm going to be releasing more. I'll probably hold fire for a few days before I release some more videos. Unless you can't get enough of the UniFi stuff, then maybe I can release a few more videos. Where do we get to? How do you set up an Ethernet NIC with an SFP Plus? I have a light on card. I'm assuming that is. But when I plug in the fiber, nothing happens. Does it need to have its own? No. So, I mean, using an SFP Plus cable is pretty much like using an Ethernet cable almost. If your switch has an SFP Plus port, you can plug that into your machine. You can plug it into whatever you're using, and it should just pick up an IP address like it normally does. Just check the VLAN, check the connectivity. You might want to just connect them 2 switches together with that cable, and just check that that's working as it should be. Just make sure both sides are SFP plus, because one might be SFP and one might be SFP plus. You might have a few issues there, but yeah, it's worth giving that a go. Maybe they need to think of a smart lock. Maybe they need to think of a smart lock like the Nookie. That would be a great idea. Let's have a look at what that one is like. I think I have seen it before. This is the one. Yeah. So I have seen this before. So Ubiquiti had a doorbell in early access when they had an early access program a long time ago. I don't know. I think I showed it on my last stream actually. Protect door lock. And it's something that they had a very long time ago, and it was very interesting, and it never actually made its way out of the early access store. So it's, I don't know if this page exists. Yeah, here we go. Let's have a look. So this is yeah, there you go. So this is the Protect door lock that they had many years ago. So this was in early access. I mean, you look at that UniFi Protect version 1.21.0. So it just tells you how old that was. We're now on what, Protect 6.1. So 5 versions ago. I want to say this is probably the best part of, when was this posted? Does it have a date on it? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't have a date on it. But yeah, this was a long time ago. I want to say it was the best part of probably 3 years ago. So that was something that I just realized you can't see me on here. So yeah, there you go. So that was probably about 3 years ago. So I really hope they come back to this and revisit it, and because it even connects to UniFi, even connected to a Wi-Fi 6 access point up to 15 meters away. And at that point, it could hold a battery up to 10 months, which I guess nowadays probably might not be as acceptable. But it was Bluetooth 5.0. So yeah, that was definitely something interesting that we saw. So I wouldn't rule it out. I just don't know if and when it will come. Again, nothing like this was shown at the UWC, but there's a lot of stuff that they have released that we didn't see at the UWC anyway. So yeah, it's one of those things. What's the point of a 4K camera on a doorbell? That's a very good question. I guess some people might want that extra clarity when the person comes closer or a little bit further away, but it's each use case to their own, right? For me, I have other cameras covering my front of the house, so the doorbell is just secondary. It's just to get that close-up image of who's at the door, basically, but the rest of it's picked up with the CCTV cameras. I plugged it into the UniFi Pro Max on the port SFP plus 10. Yeah, just check the connectivity just to be sure. It should work perfectly fine. For home networking usage with lots of multicast devices and Matter devices, would it be better to saturate a two-story? Would it be better to saturate a two-story, 3,000 square foot house with multiple U7 APs? I wouldn't saturate. I would use I'd definitely use the Wi-Fi planner. So design.ui.com. Go in there, throw your if I can get my words out, throw your map on there, drawing, sorry, your diagram of your, oh my God, I can't think of the word. Your drawings anyway of your house or where you live. Put that there and use the Wi-Fi planner. And just do that. If you want to know, I did a video on using all the different tools. I will be happy to share that one with you. You're more than welcome to have a little watch of this. This shows you the design center. It shows you a few other ones, like wifi.ui.com, so you can go and check those out. Wi-Fi APs or use a UniFi Mesh AP. Using a Mesh AP, you're going to start restricting your bandwidth depending on how many hops you have. And again, another video that I did, you're more than welcome to watch and have a look. This basically shows you the differences between using a wide backhaul and then using your mesh and how much you lose when you keep going across each hop. If you want to take a look at what those look like. So there was 7 free planning tools, so you can have a look at those. And then mesh versus wide, you can have a look at those. No worries, no problem at all. Drive 3.2 is in RC and includes backup to Amazon S3, Blaze B2, and Wasabi. I just ordered a UNAS Pro, and I'm wondering which service to use when the time comes. Any thoughts, recommendations? I haven't really used any of them, but I remember watching one video a little while back which said Blaze B2 has the best value for money when it comes to storage backup. I think, if I'm not making that up. I'm sure someone will definitely correct me if I am wrong. But I'm sure. So I'm just doing a quick Googling while we're doing this. Yeah, so there's one that's like, well, I'm just looking at the front of their webpage. This is $6 per month per terabyte. It's pay as you go. There's no minimum file storage or storage duration. And free egress up to 3 times the storage. So yeah, I mean that's good to know. There's a reserved slot, which is probably going to cost you a little bit more, but it gives you a price comparison again, I guess, across the other vendors. So these guys are probably going to be the cheapest. I don't know if they're the best. I'll be honest, I've not used them before, so I couldn't tell you about that. Floor plan, yeah, that was the word I was looking for. That's the word that wouldn't come to mind. Floor plan. So that's always, yeah, I mean, that's stick your floor plan in there and just it'll show you everything in there. So and it's quite self-explanatory. Bear with me 1 second. Good evening to those that have just joined. There's about 30 of you at the moment. So how are you doing? Welcome. On your way in, just be sure to hit the like button. So always helps it because there's 30 of you and only 4 likes. So yeah, that'd be much appreciated. I hope that they add the ability to turn on recording on cameras with a new ARM feature. That'd be nice to have indoor cameras that only record when ARM. That's a good feature, actually. And I don't think within UniFi Protect, I don't think within Alarm Manager you have that option to just record when there's a trigger. Actually, well, there's events only, but as in from Alarm Manager, when something gets triggered, something starts recording. So yeah, hopefully with the sensors, they might introduce something like that. Or it might not, maybe it might not be that granular, but maybe when it is armed, yeah. Maybe that's when it will, yeah, possibly. Who knows? I'm going around in circles here. I love things from UniFi in Norway. I think the price is much more than other places. I paid 63,000 Norwegian krone. Is that for, what was that for? Your whole setup? Or was that for the UDM Pro or your Pro Max? Or what was that? I'm just trying to see what that is in terms of pounds. That can't be right. 63,000 Norwegian krones, about 4,500 pounds. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that is probably a bit on the steep side comparing. Doesn't the, can you not order from the EU store? eu.store.ui.com. Or do they not ship to Norway? Ah, fair enough. Yeah, if you've ordered everything, yeah, okay, that price probably sounds about right. Do they have Norway on here? No, they don't. Oh, no, they do. But I guess maybe their prices are maybe a little bit steeper. Might be worth checking out the EU store to see if they can ship directly to you. I guess they are priced in euros. So, yeah. Hey, Jake, how you doing? I don't think I've seen you on the stream for a while, Jake. Hope you're doing well. With the introduction of network object with the introduction of object networking, do you think zone firewalls will be removed in the future? No, I don't think they do. So the zone-based firewall is obviously something that sits kind of on the not the bottom layer, but it sits at the entry level. The way the object-oriented networking works, it kind of sits on top of that, and it's just because it uses the firewall on the back end. The zone is still used to split things up, and you can still use the traditional firewall that way. I think it is just there just to make things a little bit easier. I would be very surprised if they got rid of zone-based firewalls that quickly, because it is a kind of, not an industry standard, but a lot of people kind of use that kind of thing. And if they are looking to go down the enterprise route, they're going to have to keep certain things certain ways. But yeah, because obviously the way the policy table sits, it's the way you create your rules, And then obviously you need your sources to set your source and destination. So yeah. Did buy everything. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I can see that adding up quite quickly actually once you buy everything. Do you think that SuperLink lineup is potential building? Do you think that the SuperLink lineup is a potential building block to maybe a security system in the future? So I think that's definitely the way they're going. They are looking to do something around that area. So if you have a look, and I apologize if people have seen this already, but if we have a look at their latest video, or even the SuperLink video that they had a while ago, Ubiquiti Inc. Videos, if we go and let's see if we can find it here, SuperLink. Oh, surprising, I didn't get an advert. Okay, interesting. Anyway, so you can see what they have here. This is showing you, so we have leak detection, which we've now seen this. We've seen the siren. So those were the first two products that came about. So that's the Slack. And these are the first look at some of the other devices that are going to be coming. So these are some of the ones that I think I showed this in my video. So we have a whole bunch of stuff that's probably going to be coming. So we have a glass break sensor. We have a fob, a siren. We have alarm control, which definitely indicates that it's going that way. We have motion, air quality. We have an alarm hub, which is going to be used for any relays, contact relays, I guess I'm assuming, or any PIR relays, whatever you have set up. There's another little relay down here. We have the environment, which we've seen. We have an entry sensor, and we have the SuperLink gateway, and the smoke detector. So yeah, those are, it's definitely looking that way, but I think they're going to sort of go within, they're sort of going to do the whole solution, I think. It's not just going to be just alarm or just this. I think they're looking for that whole solution, and I'm hoping they expand out a little bit more into the smart home side, but who knows? Let's have a look. So UDM Pro Max with cameras and switches. Yeah. Like I said, I can imagine that adds up quite quickly. Is a modern doorbell with non-potato camera possible anytime this year? I'm assuming you're on about the next generation of the doorbell. So we did kind of cover this a little bit earlier, and I couldn't say when it's coming. But if you're a general viewer of my streams, sometimes you know I say stuff and the next week something else changes. I think it's probably happened 2 or 3 weeks in a row now, where we've said something about a doorbell, or we've said something about another product, and then, or I've said I don't have anything at all, and then something comes out or something comes about. So let's see what this week brings. Yeah, it's been ages, been busy. Keep seeing your lives after. Yeah, you need to turn on those notifications to make sure you join. But yeah, no, all good, all good. It's always good keeping busy, I think. Keeps you out of trouble, that's for sure. Do you think there is a way to request suggest features from Ubiquiti? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. And I will answer that question for you in just a moment. Let me just bring this to this side. Just make sure I'm not going to show you anything you're not supposed to see. And if we go, is it on the dashboard? Where was it? Or is it in settings? So I'm just trying to find it. Yeah, it's in settings. Okay, fine. Let me just go to a page that's a little bit less inconspicuous, I guess. So, I'm hoping you will still be able to see this. So, it's a bit risky. I should have brought this across before showing the screen. But here, down in the bottom left-hand corner, and I covered this in one of my update videos, which is quite a cool feature, actually. So give feedback directly to the UniFi R&D team. So you want to share any features, you want to share any issues, Obviously, this isn't tech support or any issues that they're going to fix. So, but if it's a very big issue that you are having, pop it in there and send it over to the R&D team. Use community.ui.com. Use these forums. If I can spell it correctly. So let's try that again. Then that will take me to the right page. So there we go, community.ui.com. You have all these forum spaces that they can use. They are actively monitored by Ubiquiti Start. Yeah, so yeah, feel free to use those platforms. Use Reddit, use Facebook. I know they do get read by Ubiquiti staff, but I don't know how actively they read. I know they read them once in a while and they respond to certain comments and stuff. So I would say they're there quite frequently, but a few different ways that you can make suggestions or whatever that might be. And I guess just while I'm on that page, you can see they have a whole bunch of featured videos. So if you're looking for something specific, it's not all the Ubiquiti videos that are released, but there's a whole bunch of creators that are on here. So yeah, you can go and check these out. You'll see a whole bunch of different creators that are in here. So if you ever need to know, you can check it out from there. The siren and fob look very much like Ajax. I don't think so. I've heard a few people talk about Ajax alarm systems, but I've never actually Googled it to see what they look like. And I don't know. Are they UK based as well? I'm assuming they're global. Yeah, they are. So Ajax. Let's have a look. Ajax systems. Let's have a little look. Sorry, I know you can't see at the moment, but okay, interesting. They have some. Obviously, they're a very high-tech security company. They have a wide range of products, which is quite cool. So yeah, I'm hoping they definitely give them a run for their money. Yeah, I'm hoping they do give them a run for their money. So let's see what comes about from there. AI Pro versus AI Turret. Oh, that's a question. Just trying to think what the differences are between them. I think one has edge recording. I think the AI Turret has edge recording, whereas the AI Pro doesn't. Copy. So AI Pro, and what was the other one? AI Turret. So AI Pro versus AI Turret. So the AI Turret definitely has a longer IR night vision. It doesn't have a zoom. So the AI Pro has a 3-time optical zoom. So if that's something you're needing, yeah, that comes with it. They do the smart detections, which is general. The width is the same. They both have 2-way audio. The weatherproofing, IP66 on the turret versus IP65. And yeah, I think that's about really it, if that kind of answers your question. I haven't done a side-by-side image comparison between the two. I don't think I have anyway. Let me have a look. I know I've done the AI Turret. So I did, what did I do actually? What did I do here? Did I do the AI Pro? Hold on a second. So, oh, actually, you're in luck. I have done one. So here we go. I love pushing my own videos. It's great. So this video is, you're looking at me watching it now. So if I skip this. So I had a whole bunch of cameras that I had up here. So we have the AI Pro up here and we have the AI Turret right here. That's not a very good freeze frame for me to stop there, but we did anyway. So this basically goes through a whole bunch of stuff like the tech specs. We do a day and night comparison. Again, another video that took quite a while to put together. So hopefully it reaps the rewards of getting some good views, hopefully. Audio test. And I'm quite kicking myself actually, because the video that I just released about the G6 Pro Bullet, I did an audio test and I didn't include it. And I've had about 3 or 4 comments already saying, can we have the audio test? So kind of kicking myself with that one. But yeah, check that one out. And hopefully that answers your questions with what you need to know about the camera. It's quite like they're going for easy environmental monitoring systems. Possibly. I can't see them going into high-tech, high-end security stuff, which looks like the Ajax does. But yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure where they're going to go. It's one of those things like, even in the NAS market, they've kind of stepped into the NAS market, but how far are they going to go? You just don't know. I mean, maybe we could be sat here in 12 months' time and there could be 15 different products that they have in that sort of lineup. Hey, I'm looking for a gateway for my home. I have a 1 gigabit connection. Which gateway do you recommend for my situation? In the future, I want also CCTV. Rack mount or non-rack mount would be my first question. Cloud Gateway Fiber is definitely favorable at the moment. The Cloud Gateway Fiber, or you want to look at maybe one of the UDM Pro Maxes. But if you want something small and compact, Cloud Gateway Fiber is definitely what you need, because it's probably one of the most powerful and best value for money gateways out there at the moment. The only thing you need to keep in mind for the Cloud Gateway Fiber is that uses an SSD for UniFi Protect storage, which you need to buy on top. And obviously the UDM Pro and the Pro Maxes and the SCs, they can use a full 3.5 inch or 2.5 inch drive if that's what you're looking for. But if you are looking to buy something, and again, I'm going to put another link in the chat. Where are we? If you are buying anything from the UI store, here is my affiliate link. There's my affiliate link. Please do use that if you are looking to buy anything from the UI store, including gateways, because that's probably where we get the most kickbacks. So good to see you, happy and healthy and well, bro. Much love, Ree. You too, man. You too. Hey, I know it's probably a common question, but do you have any idea if the new G6 doorbell is coming out? So what, fourth time this has been asked in this stream? We currently have a doorbell that requires a subscription, and I'm waiting for the new UniFi doorbell. I couldn't tell you, to be honest. I really want to tell you when it's coming out if I knew, but I do not know. That being said, probably the third time I'm saying this now. Who knows? Maybe watch out over the next few weeks, next few months. There will be something coming. I don't know if it's going to be this half of the year or maybe even early next year, so that there could be a bit of a wait. But just hold tight that a little bit longer. There will be something coming. We didn't see anything at the UWC, so I'm not sure exactly what it looks like, or if there's going to be different models, or if there's going to be a singular model, or if it's going to be a different design, or anything about it. So I am just as in the dark as you are at this point. I only just started watching your live streams a few weeks ago, and I'm quite surprised with the obsession with the doorbells. Yes, there is a very big ask about this doorbell, and yeah, like I said, I'm a little bit worried about what people are going to ask when the doorbell's out, because if it is, then what questions are we gonna get? I think we're just going to sit in silence, awkward silence. Yeah, Ajax is probably one of the best companies for wireless alarms. Yeah, I think I'll have to take probably a bit more of a deeper dive into some of their products and what they do. I'll have to have a look. I'm waiting for the G6. I'm waiting for the G6 PTZ. I have 2 AI turrets. G6 PTZ would be really good. Yeah, definitely. It's a really good camera. I actually have it beside me, sat right here, waiting to be set up. So yeah, that's something I'm going to take a look at, hopefully, and get it set up, hopefully, at some point. But I just don't know when. When I'm finished creating videos, which I don't think is ever going to Perfect for a YouTube short clip. Yes, it will be a YouTube short clip. I was thinking about that earlier. I was thinking I don't really want to republish the video again, so I probably will do a YouTube short on it. And I had the same people, a lot of people asking about the mount as well. Is it the same as the G6 Pro? Is it the same as some other ones? So yeah, definitely worth another YouTube short just showing the different brackets. Is the UCG Max worth it, or should I get the UCG Ultra? Let me take a quick look at the tech specs, but off the top of my head, I would probably push you towards the Max, purely because if you ever decide to put in CCTV later, the UniFi Protect functionality is already there. If you buy the Ultra, it doesn't come with Protect, or you're not able to run Protect, I should say. So yeah, I would definitely go down that route. Let's have a look here. So these are the two different options. So you can, as I mentioned right there, so look, Cloud Gateway Ultra can only run network, whereas the Max can run all of them. They run the same unified devices, number of devices. They run the same simultaneous clients. They all have 2.5 gig. That's the other one as well. The Ultra has 4 times 1 gig, whereas the Cloud Gateway Max has 2.5 gig. So you have slightly better ports as well. 2.3 gig IPS and IDS throughput, again, compact desktop. So yeah, I think if you're choosing between the two, definitely go with a Cloud Gateway Max. And again, the affiliate link's there. So if you do decide to buy it, it would really help the channel if you decide to use it. It's easy to get that UniFi sickness and go for a rack. Yes, it is very. It's very tempting to get carried away. That's for sure. And just get yourself the creme de la creme, I guess, as you would say. Do you know anything about the G6, the G7, G8, G9 doorbell? No, but I can tell you about the Wi-Fi 8 access points. That's what I'm expecting next. So for those of you that haven't seen, obviously Wi-Fi 7 is now a new stand. It's been a ratified standard. So now obviously the conversation has naturally drifted to Wi-Fi 8. It's not going to be out for a little while yet. I think I read a Wikipedia article a few months ago and it was saying 2028. So you're definitely going to have a little while before Wi-Fi 8 comes about. And I guess a lot of people are going to be thinking, well, I just bought Wi-Fi 7. What am I going to do? You've got time. Don't worry. You're gonna have full use of Wi-Fi 7 first. Don't worry, before you go to Wi-Fi 8. I don't think I clicked on the question, but that was the question. If I'm still doing videos when they come out with a G9 doorbell, I'm hoping to at least have a silver plaque by then. Surely, I would hope so. Gold plaque would be better, but I think that's probably quite a while off. Definitely a silver plaque would be good. Thank you for joining the membership. So I guess just as I mentioned earlier, if you want to support the channel, I have a few membership tiers and I have some videos that I tend to release in members only first. So you can go and check those out if you're a member. And I'm hoping if I can get, obviously, if there's more people that join and compete, if there's more people that join and sign up, I'm hoping to start doing some members only live streams as well, but obviously that's a slightly higher tier if you go and look at that. So yeah, you can support the other channels in other ways, or you can use the super chat button or whatever you want, or even just coming here and engaging is good enough. So yeah, that's my sales pitch over for now. I have one more ask coming towards the end. Does the G5 Turret Ultra have color night vision? I don't think it does. I'm 90% sure it doesn't, but there's so many different cameras and so many different specs to remember. G5 Turret Ultra. No, it doesn't. Yeah, no, it doesn't. I just installed one of these, so I should know, really. And I just realized I've jumped to the wrong question. So that was that one, the G5 Turret Ultra. And if you can pitch one product for Ubiquiti to make, what would you ask for besides the new doorbell? I don't. That's a tough question, actually. I think I would go. I want to say smart lock, but I don't know if that would be. I know I'm thinking about this now, and I'll say smart lock, but then I know later on I'll start thinking about it again, and I'll be like, no, I should have said this. I should have said this. I should have said this. But yeah, definitely, I think a smart lock would be something quite cool. I think, like we saw that a long time ago, and it would be really cool if that actually finally came about. Oh, by the way, if anybody, that wasn't good. If anybody wants to see the alarm, that's what it looks like. I'm sure you've all seen it in the videos. I don't know what else you can see on my desk. My desk is a mess at the moment, but yeah, if you want to take a look at that, that's what the PoE alarm looks like. There is a SuperLink version coming later. It's just not about yet. I think it's coming in October or November or somewhere around there. No, December maybe. But yeah, that's what the siren looks like, and it's very loud, to say the least. I'll tell you that much. It is very loud. And I guess the environment sensor, if you want to take a look at that, that's the environment sensor. So there's a couple of little prongs at the front just here. They are the, let me cover my face so it zooms in on it, or focuses in on it. So they're the water prongs, and at the back there's a couple more. And then I did a test with that as well. So yeah, that's so it's quite tiny, it's small, and it has a 3.5mm jack at the bottom where you can use a probe as a leak detector. So if you have it stuck up on a wall, you can run a cable down or through your wall and have that on the floor. And yeah, you can check that out. That's quite cool. Okay. I think that's. I think that was. Yeah, I think I've caught up there. What we got to. So thanks. I read a lot about UniFi products and are getting very hot. It's similar to the other brands. I'm now thinking about buying the UCG fiber and 2 U7 lights. Yeah, that's good. That's a good shout. Yes, they do get a little bit warm, and I think the fiber gets warm as well. I haven't run it for long enough to know how hot it gets, but yeah, I've read some comments about it getting quite warm. It's not anything to be overly concerned about unless you're having it like locked in a box and it's not going to have any ventilation. I don't think there's anything to get too concerned about, but yeah, it's a good shout. Good shout. Again, affiliate link is further up the chat if you haven't seen it already. If you are looking to buy anything, then that's another way you can support the channel. What have we got here? On the UI app, under settings, security protection, are you able to shut off ad blocking? Let me just go to it. Security. Excuse me. I think you might be running a slightly older version because security doesn't exist on mine anymore. And I'm running 9.4, so that is the latest version, unless I'm missing something. Cyber secure, maybe it's that one, not security, cyber secure protection. Are you able to shut off ad blocking? So ad blocking, let's try content filtering. Ad block. So let me just make sure there's nothing obvious that you can see that you're not supposed to see. So with content filtering, you can, the content filtering, if you don't create anything in content filtering, ad blocking isn't turned on. I know in an older version you used to be able to untick it, like this was an option there. But if it's not created in anything, then you don't really need to worry about it blocking anything. Hopefully that answers your question with that one. The G5 has night color. Yeah, so it's just an IR sensor in there. Thank you. Yeah, I think the good old days where yeah, those were a long time ago. Those definitely were a long time ago. What are your thoughts on the Ubiquiti entering the NAS game? I think they're definitely expanding their horizons. That's for sure. The NAS is something, I guess they're looking from a business perspective, right? They're looking from a business perspective. So it's one thing I think they're trying to strike while the iron is hot. Their new stuff was coming on with Synology. Same with the audio space. There was a lot going on with, what's the company name? Why is my mind not working? Sonos. There we go. That's the one. That's the one I was looking for. So there was stuff going on there. So I think they're trying to strike while the iron's hot, and they're just trying to get into the different areas. Now, how much they expand into those areas is what is to be seen. So I think they've thrown a NAS product out. I think it's been very well received. I think there was an initial thing about there's not many features. You can't do this. You can't do this. You can't do this. But one thing they did say at the UWC for the storage side is it's storage. It's not going to be this all-in-one unit where you can run everything, run all your VMs and run everything else. But yeah, it's one of those things that is not what it's going to be. Saying that, it's not going to, I wouldn't rule it out, because sometimes they will say something and then a year later they'll change it, or they'll do something else and they'll bring something else out. So yeah, I think it's an interesting choice, but I think it's been quite well received, and especially with how easy their interface is to use, even with the storage pools. I think it's going to be interesting over the next few months to see what else comes about. What do you think of the Ethernet surge protector? So I was thinking about this earlier, Frederick. I was thinking, I'm pretty sure I remember seeing this saying releasing in August 2025. So they met the SuperLink deadline, but unless it is shipping, I don't know. I haven't really checked. Ethernet surge. Nope, it's now shipping September 2025. So it's definitely changed. Even on the US site, shipping September 2025. So yes, it is coming. What do you think of what are my thoughts on it? I haven't used it yet, so I don't actually know. So I don't know what I can say too much about this just yet. For people running a lot of stuff outside, or even, well, I guess even inside, it's susceptible to surges. It's definitely going to be something that is a very niche product. I don't think it's going to be for everybody, but they do have 10 gig and PoE++ support, so that's always a bonus. That's for those that you want to know what I'm talking about, that is the product right there, the Ethernet surge protector. So yeah, that's changed to September 2025. At the winter, we can have -50 below zero, and Evercam, I have no problem with it all. UniFi can really build good products. Yeah, I think they have. I guess being in Norway, you definitely do have some extreme weather on that side. So yeah, it's one of those things. They do have, obviously they're going to give you a range that they can do. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to stay within that range. It could be slightly more either side. But yeah, it's so I'm just having a look at something on the side that's going on. So yeah, it was good to know that that it withstands the freezing cold weather. A PoE multi-sensor would be good. mmWave, PIR, temp. So you're not the first person to ask for a PIR, a PoE style sensor. Get my words out again. PoE style sensor. I I found it interesting when I read a few comments about this that a lot of other people were looking for it. But I just in my mind, I think, how many Ethernet cables are you going to be running for all these different sensors? But I guess if it is a single Ethernet cable, it's easily done, right? Like the R Pro 1. Let me have a look at that. R Pro 1. The MM-Wave multi-sensor. Okay, interesting. For all the automation stuff, I guess. I have to have a bit of a read on this. I don't know, Jake, if you're still around. It's not Costco water this time. But yeah. Anyway, have you tried zero weight DFS? I have not tried this feature yet. It's something I saw when I did one of the updates, but it's not something I've tried. I haven't dived deep enough to the access points. And I'm not sure how many people would be too interested in something of this technical detail, to be honest. It might be the case. I don't know. You're going to Miami for the UWC. I'm with Parallax. Hope to see you there. Yeah, I definitely will be. So, as long as my as long as my flight leaves on time and I make it there. Let's have a look. So, if you don't know already, I'm sure I've said this enough times on the stream. There's an event coming up, a couple of events, UWCs. So definitely don't want to miss out on these because these are really good fun. I went to my first one this year. I missed out last year, but I went to my first one this year, and it was really good fun. One happening in Australia on the 8th of October, and there's one happening in Miami, which I'm hoping to fly to on the 4th of November. So if you haven't registered, you can go and check those out. My fiber is running at 64C right now, so yeah, that says it right there. It is definitely. It does definitely run hot, that's for sure. Do you have any plans to make some videos on Home Assistant? I would love to learn more as a beginner. Perhaps there's an integration with UniFi, Ubiquiti Protect, for example. I would love to see. So I'm just reading on there. I'd love to see UniFi Home Assistant. So I think I had this question. I'm not sure if it was yourself that asked this earlier or not. I have not played around too much with Home Assistant. I really want to. I know the basics of going around and adding the UniFi Protect devices in, but that's about as far as I've got. Maybe something I might do a slightly deeper dive on, but I don't know too much about Home Assistant, and I've not had the time to learn any more about it. It's something I do want to learn myself, but yeah, I'm not quite there yet. So yeah, who knows? Maybe it's something. Maybe it is something I will look at doing. Like I can show some basic demos of when I do stuff, but going into any greater detail, it's not something I've managed to do just yet. Not to say that it won't come in the future. So yeah, we'll see how much time I actually get to learn. I think you mean the CPU itself. This is not bad. Is it a computer CPU that gets us hot? Okay. There's a conversation going on. It's turned off with the web UI, but recently stopped working on the UI app. I toggle it on and off, but it stays on. It might be worth trying to recreate a policy on the phone and then turning it off in that policy and then trying to turn off the original one and then delete it. Maybe, possibly. There could be something that's happening just there. It sounds like a glitch of some sort, or maybe even just try and reboot your system. If not, I'd definitely get that ticket logged with Ubiquiti for sure. Okay, what's your channel about? If you go and look at my videos, you can see what my channel is about. Were you able to compare the audio of the... So I was just talking about this question earlier. I had a few questions that come about. So I did actually record the audio differences between the three cameras, but I didn't put it in the video. I completely forgot. I missed it out. I missed that video out. I completely forgot to put it in. So I think I will be uploading it as a YouTube short. And yeah, I'll post the link to it once I've uploaded it. What's the lifetime average on what's the lifetime average of a UniFi product? Oof, that's you will get so many different answers when you ask people. I've been running a UDM Pro Max at one site for about 5 to 7 years, 5 years or so. Sorry, not 7 years, 5 years or so. So yeah, that's what, and that's still going strong. I had an AC Pro that I decommissioned out at my house a few weeks back. That was running for 5+ years. But if you speak to some people, they'll say they've had issues since day one. They had to RMA it. This was happening. That was happening. So you'll get a whole mix of bag. I think it's like any hardware. Generally, you should get a reasonable amount of time out of it. How quick it becomes not obsolete, but how quick UniFi replaced that product, that I don't know. Again, we've seen a lot of changes happen over the last 12, 18 months with the Ubiquiti lineup, and quite frankly, I don't think they show any signs of letting up. Although it's been quiet the last couple of months. When I went to the UWC and I saw the amount of products that they had displayed and what's coming, they definitely don't show any signs of letting up. That's for sure. Unless you asked about Protect, not running that now since I don't have any cameras. Okay. I just run 80 to 90 Cat6a cables as part of my house build. Yeah, I think if you have an empty shell, don't get me wrong, if you can run all the cables, feel free, run multiple if you have to. Keep them in the wall if you're not using them, but it's always best to have them on that side than not have them at all. What about UniFi Talk? Do you think they will make the FXO adapter to integrate with an analog line? So I'm sure they did have some sort of adapter. The ATA, I think it was. I haven't done too much with Talk. It's on my, again, another one of those things on my list to get into. I have a phone. I have a SIP line. I just need to get it on my desk and start doing a video on it and playing around with it. But I'm sure I saw something. Is this it's sold out at the moment, unfortunately, but is this the thing that you're after? Sorry, I'm reading down, but I didn't show it on the screen. Is this the kind of thing you're after? So this is the analog telephone line adapter. So I don't know, yeah. I don't know if that's what you're looking for. Yeah, I didn't click on these. So yeah, 80 to 90 Cat6a cables. And then that was the UniFi Talk. So again, the Talk stuff is the stuff I'm diving into. I've just started getting grips on, obviously, the UniFi Access stuff. So there will be a video coming on that soon at some point, I hope. The demo of a new product, New Protect, is with the AI key. Yes, it is. The New Protect product. Hold on. The demo of the New Protect is with AI key. Depends which video you're talking about. But yes, I do have an AI key, so likelihood is there is some AI key elements in there. I just upgraded from the UX UniFi Express to the UDM Pro. Have you had a translation layer problem where you had an internet connection but couldn't access the internet? Upgraded from the UX to the UDM Pro. Have you had a translation layer problem where you had the internet connection but you couldn't access the internet? That sounds like a DNS issue. If you've got an internet connection, I'm just assuming it's DNS. But no, I haven't. I haven't come across that issue. Sorry. For Home Assistant, look at what Last Cleanse does. Yeah, he's got some. He dives a little bit further into Home Assistant. He's got some good stuff. So you can go and check out his videos for sure. Best budget rack mount for UDM Pro. Ooh. Um, best budget rack. Oh, I don't really. Yeah, I couldn't really give you. It depends where you're located. One, depending on what country you're in. But from what I read online, a lot of people say just look at Facebook Marketplace, look at secondhand websites. People are always getting rid of racks for crazy cheap. If you go to buy a brand new one, it might cost you $400, $500, $600, and if you buy the Ubiquiti one, it's going to cost you a little bit more, including shipping. So that's the best thing I can recommend. In fact, there was a video. What did I see? Someone just had a side-mounted rack mount, and there was just enough, like 3 switches or something. So let me see if I can dig out that video. If I can find it, I'll put it in here. Hello from China. It's pretty late in China at the moment, but hello, welcome. I've fitted a single Ethernet Surge outdoor on my U7 Pro outdoor. Handily, I have power there, so I could earth it back to the same point of the switch. So no issue. Oh, okay, cool. That's quite cool. Do you have any news regarding the G6 Pro? Doorbell. So I think this is I'm sure people that have been here from the start of the stream are probably getting not annoyed with this question, but yeah, this is the 5th time this has been asked in this stream, which is not a problem. I'm happy to continue answering this question. Unfortunately, no, I don't have any news on the I don't have any interest, any news on the G6 Doorbell Pro, unfortunately. But yeah, who knows? Maybe something soon, I hope. I don't know for sure. You did say to remind you about the ban. Yep, you did. I did, and I have obviously, as always, completely slipped my mind. So I will write it down in my notes, and I'm hoping at some point this week I will try and get this done. Where are we? I mean, what time are we? I haven't even checked the time. Oh wow, that's gone very quickly. We're an hour and 20 minutes into the stream, and I didn't even realise. That's how much fun it is talking to you guys. That's for sure. Either DNS or a misconfigured route. Yeah, that would be my first thought. That adapter is to have analog extensions. I'm talking about an adapter for legacy pot lines instead of a SIP line. I don't think they do. Now, I'm trying to remember what I saw at the UWC. They are doing stuff in the talk lineup, but I don't think there was anything on legacy lines. As it comes closer to November, I will ask for questions that I can ask at the UWC. So if there's anything I can get answered for you guys. So if this is something, just remind me probably towards the end of October. And I'll see. You probably want an answer quicker than that. But mid towards end of October, I'll start taking some questions if there's anything that people want to know. And I'll take them to the UWC and try and get them answered. Ubiquiti 19-inch 6U toolless rack. Yes, definitely the toolless rack. I have 2 of them. So the toolless rack is definitely a good choice. It just depends on what sort of budget you've got and how much you want to spend on a rack. But definitely, I mean, if you want the nice looking ones, the ones that finish nicely, then I would definitely recommend a toolless rack. And that's what that looks like. So that's a really nice toolless rack. And if you want to look at the 12U ones, like I said, they come in at a bit of a price, but that's the 12U one. The 12U one looks quite nice as well. So that's a good rack. Is it easy to set up a UCG fiber as a router behind my router provider's router? I have worked with pfSense, but never with UniFi. If you've worked with pfSense, you're probably going to have no issues with the UniFi. It's probably a lot more simpler to set up. just put your modem into bridge mode, plug it into the UniFi, and it will ask you for your details when you first log into it. So if you have a static IP or something like that, excuse me, if you have a static IP or something like that, or a VLAN that you need to set, it will ask you the first time you log into your UniFi system. Insightful as always. Have a good night. You too. Have a good evening. It took me a little while to figure out that access needs to be installed with Protect on a UNVR for it to record the G3 videos. Otherwise, it will record access on the UDMSC. That's good to know. Yeah, it's not something I would have thought about. I don't have a UNVR. Maybe I should ask for one, because see if Ubiquiti can send me one, or if there's I wouldn't say there's a new one coming, but if there's something else coming that's similar. But yeah. So we'll remind you in October about asking about the new doorbell. Okay, yes. If it's not out by then, please feel free to ask me, and I will ask it at the UWC and find out when the new doorbell is coming. Like I said, that question was even asked in London, and yeah, it got a bit of a wishy-washy answer as to, yeah, we're working on it, but we just don't know when it's coming, sort of thing. So yeah. What's the next one? Hey Black Jedi, how you doing? You and Cody probably already have the AIG6 doorbell, but we understand you guys signed an NDA. Okay, so I can tell you I do not have any new doorbells at this point. So if that eases your mind about when it's going to be coming out. But again, that being said, I've had this before, and then the next day we get something saying, oh, this is on the way, or this is coming, or whatever it is. So yeah, I think last weekend I didn't have the SuperLink, and yeah, by Thursday you guys had a video. So I think I'm going to give it a few more minutes. I'll have a few more questions. So if there's anything else, then give me write them down, and yeah, we can go, and then we can answer them before I call it a day. I can recommend racks from Deltaco, nice quality for the price. I considered the UB rack, but found it too expensive. Yeah, I mean, there is a bit of a premium to the Ubiquiti rack, but I mean, you're spending all that money. Some people might have the extra few $100s for a rack. Who knows? A rack with side panels just seems counterintuitive from a thermal cooling point of view. Any thoughts on sides versus no sides? So, excuse me. A lot of people keep sides. A lot of people keep sides just to keep everything contained, clean, and a security perspective, because you can obviously lock it up. There are fans at the top and bottom that generally you get with racks, or even sometimes at the back, depending on how your rack is set up. So you can install a fan and then just vent your fans intake and exhaust. So yeah, that's something that's worth looking at if you go with sides, is just getting that fan airflow going through. For me, I have a bit of both. For anybody that's seen my video, I have a sealed rack mount at the top, and then two toolless racks at the bottom. So yeah, I have the best of both worlds, I guess. Could you make a video of Protect devices like the UDR7 adopting more than they can handle, and how to adapt the frame rate resolution? I don't think. I mean, those limits are there in place for a reason. If I start going and doing videos like this, and there's issues that come about, then I'm just giving you a bad experience. And that being said, I'm not even sure I'd know how to get around their locks, because I think as soon as you get to that point, it might not let you adapt. It might not let you adopt anymore, and if it does, it's going to give you a degraded experience. So yeah, I would love to, but I wouldn't want to give you the bad experience. There's just no point. Hi again from Niagara Falls from after a few weeks. Hey Daniel, how you doing? Seems the new network software has worked out the topology and other things that were wonky before. Yeah, so they're obviously forever doing updates. I had a few people in the past tell me that this doesn't look right, or this isn't showing properly. Is there an issue? Doesn't necessarily mean there's an issue. It's just the way the software is, and sometimes it just gets fixed in the next version. Just got to be a bit patient. Nice live talk. Hope you do it more. Wish you a great day. Yeah, I mean, Badjo, I'm generally here every Sundays, and I'm trying to going forward. When there's a software release or a product release or something we can talk about, I try and do a live stream that evening. It's generally around this sort of time, once my little ones have gone to sleep and I can breathe for 5 minutes. That's generally when I do the live streams. Is there a UniFi camera which costs 200 or less that has color night vision? Good question. Very good question. I don't think there is. Yeah, it's definitely coming to my bedtime now. Let me have a look. Is there anything? No, I don't think there is, unfortunately. What's the best use case? Okay, hold on. What's this? What's the best use case can see when using Home Assistant? How much grunt do we need to run Home Assistant? Will the Intel N100 CPU do it? I need an i5 CPU. I'm not even going to claim that I know even how to answer this question. I run mine on I don't know what mine is actually, but I mean, you can run it on something as little as a Raspberry Pi. So I can't even say that you need something like an i5. I don't think you would, unless you're doing some serious amount of automation that needs that power. I don't even know if it can utilize all that power. Yeah. So I couldn't even answer this question for you, unfortunately. There's a topology display problem on my iPad mini, but I'm thinking it's more iOS than Ubiquiti. Yeah, probably likely. Apple like to throw some spanner in the works. E.g., name a device is not appearing in the display, but again, I don't think it's Ubiquiti. Works fine all in Macs. Yeah, it's probably just a display thing or something within the app. If it is a Ubiquiti thing, or it's probably something Apple are doing within the. Actually, no, I'd probably say it's more of an app thing. But yeah, who knows? I have some ideas, but don't know what sensors entities make available for HA. But I think about it, for example, an automation detecting a specific personal license plate. Yeah, I mean, it's something I want to explore more as to what actually comes up in Home Assistant, because it would be good to trigger some other stuff in there. Even N95 is sufficient. There you go. Thank you, Omid, for answering this. So, yeah, I think that is me caught up with all the questions. Thank you all very much for your time this evening. It's been a pleasure as always. And hopefully I won't have as many issues next time we have a live stream. I probably will, but yeah, who knows. So enjoy the evening, afternoon, day, and I'll speak to you guys in the next one.